Hello, everyone. This is Mira Kelley, and I'm so excited to introduce you to Roxanne. Hi.
Hi, Mira.
Hi.
So good to see you.
It's so good to see you. Roxanne is one of the most beautiful, graceful, gracious, and loving women you've ever met. And I'm so happy for all of you to meet her. So we'll be talking again today, right? I really
Thank you. Yeah.
love your energy. And I'm so happy that we can do this today and we can talk about your experiences in our retreat with Randina and us doing a past life regression. And so I would love for you to share what you've shared and how have things been with you since.
Yes. Well, first off, thank you so much for joining us. Like, it was such a blessing to have your presence, and the women have had such amazing things to say about each of your processes because they were all so different and so filled with exploration and learning about each individual woman, through their process, through their individual experiences. So thank you so much. You're gifted so amazingly. And you can just feel it being around you that you're channeling, the spirit and that love and that light, so thank you for that. I've been really great since I've been home. All of the processes that we had gone through, it was kind of fun because yours were the ones where I really got to be engaged and kind of do it for me. I didn't feel like, I wasn't facilitating as much as I was the rest of the retreat. Yeah. So it was fun to be immersed, just listening to your voice. You have such a beautiful way of getting us into trance in grace and ease, and letting spirit take us where we need to, while guiding us to stay on track and to kind of stay in with the purpose that we're going in for in the first place and stick to our intention. So as a facilitator yourself, that was so very helpful. And there were so many things, right? Because we had so many different processes that we did. One of the favorite ones that they've all had a continual impact for sure. But the one that's been so prominent in my conscious mind is when we looked at the 5 different options, for our future and what it could be. And it was, the words can't even express how beautiful and helpful that was for me, because it showed me, where I was vibrating some fears, that if I stay in that mindset, or would have kept acknowledging that illusion, that I could have ended up in a space where I would not have been beneficial for my husband, my daughter, myself, my businesses, the people around me. So that was beautiful. And on the same hand, it showed me that I was also vibrating all this beautiful alignment and these beautiful beliefs and perspectives that focusing there will show me, this really great path. So it's helped me continuously since Hawaii to be able to redirect and know, like, oh, okay, this is not what I want. This is what I want, and stick closer, to that.
I'm so grateful that this is what you're saying, because, for those of us who are watching and don't know what we're talking about, so yeah. I guide people to experience, I guide them through a process to experience different possible futures of their present life. So that's what we're talking about here. And I do this because, first of all, I know that there isn't one future. First of all, right? Yeah. Right now. So it's just as easy for us to tap into the future as it is to tap into the past. But not only does the future exist right now, but there are different versions and variations possible, all existing right now. And just like you were saying, being aware of where my fears are, and being aware of my dreams and my desires, and being aware of the possibilities, that really allows me to align with what I want, really, with the best possible vision. And now in this moment, as I walk forward, I can adjust my step every moment of the way. So I'm so happy you're talking about this, right? I love this process. And I remember that one of the very first processes we did was with this man. It was a past regression, right? You remember being this must hit you all the time.
Yes, my mustache man.
About his mustache.
Kidding me. Yes, yes, that was, oh my gosh, that was hilarious and heartbreaking all at the same time. So in that one, you had taken us back into multiple past lives, and the one that stood out was this one. And just to recap for those, you know, who don't know the story, which, you know, most don't. It was a businessman in the like mid 1900s, around the 1950s, overweight, uncomfortable, allergies. He ended up passing from a autoimmune disease that he had gotten throughout his life. And I was seeing him toward the end of his life. And in his life, he was very much the embodiment of the imbalanced masculine in business, and just stepping on people and, you know, doing what he needed to do. And ultimately that took such a major toll on his life and himself that he just hated it so much that his body, his cells started attacking each other. And what I loved about getting to, with your guidance, explore that life is not only was it hilarious because I'm itching everywhere and I'm like wanting to pull my tie off, but there's no tie, you know, is that I've dealt with allergies, or I had dealt with allergies for 20 years. You know, I was so sick for 15 years of my life that I thought that that lack of energy and that feeling was something that I was just always going to experience, because for allergies, for my body, it wasn't like stuffy nose or that kind of stuff. It was literal swelling and aching and pain all the time, right? And I had gotten through a patch where I felt better, but it kind of started to rear its head again right before Hawaii. So I'm like, okay, this is perfect. It's coming up for a reason. And then when I saw that guy, I was like, okay. So it taught me that I was still holding on to that imbalanced masculine. And I happen in this life to be very, very gifted in business. I have multiple businesses and they're profitable and I enjoy it. I just love helping people take their dreams and make them solid and build their business. And from the systems standpoint, I'm great at that. And that is a beautiful gift that I got from him. But the allergies, it was time for those things to go, you know, that pain and what's the word I'm looking for? Not mutilation, but almost, you know, of the imbalanced, and being able to acknowledge that, heal it up, let it go, and allow the balanced divine feminine to come into business as well, because it really is all about balance, you know. So
how have you been? So two questions.
Yeah.
How are your allergies now, right? And also, what is your attitude in business now? How have things changed? Have you noticed anything?
Yes, and great question. Thank you. My allergies have been so much better. They're gone. There was a little bit of flare up. It was pretty bad when we first got back from Hawaii. And I think, I know that it was just the cells flushing the rest out, but I've been so good, so great since then, and just feeling amazing.
Nice.
And to answer your question about business.
By the way, before you tell me about business, it always happens, I've noticed it with myself and others too, whenever we go on these amazing retreats and we come back, there's that moment of adjustment, right? Yeah. That moment of cleansing and that moment of, okay, I went so far and now how do I integrate my life with who I've become? Yes. So it surprised me that that came up.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to know that there has been no symptoms since.
Yeah. And it's, you know, at first I was a little bit frustrated. Of course we do that, but, you know, I remember I'm like, hey, honor your body, because it's a cleansing process. It's not, oh no, I still have allergies. You know, it was just that It was cleansing.
And you were saying about your business and how you approach it differently.
Yes. Yeah. Well, first off, I honor my abilities, and I honor, that you can, and I fully understand that you can be flowing the divine feminine and flowing a balance and source and still be really good at numbers and really good at analytics and really, you know, good at those things that are typically seen as the divine masculine, and be really motivated at the same time. So I've just integrated both and turned it more into, instead of just going, pushing, turn it into, okay, wait, center, ground, be divinely inspired, and then take my action. And it's much more easy to do, and the results are amazing. There's been so many things in my businesses, plural, that have opened up and opportunities since we've been back, I'm just floored. I'm so grateful. Fun.
Oh, how amazing. Because what you're saying is, I didn't need to go now into the other imbalance of just being, passive and sitting back and not taking any action. I was really able to integrate still being great at business and creating and producing and having the vision and taking action, but also stepping back and channeling that greater feminine energy of allowance and really doing it in a balanced way.
Yes, yes. And that nurturing and feeling empowered in that nurturing instead of weak, where in business it was like, oh, you're too soft or you're too weak is sometimes how I felt. And it's like, no. Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful thing to say. That's amazing. And I have to celebrate you for something that you said so that everybody can hear it so clearly. You started off by saying, I'm great at business. I'm so good at numbers. I'm so gifted with this. Amazing. I mean, in terms of creating your reality, you're so on, right? You're so vibrationally aligned. There was no, it was a fact. And so your certainty is now, I know, inspiring me and inspiring everybody. So whoever of, us watching this are in a place of creating prosperity and in creating our businesses and following our purpose. Oh my God, this is the goddess to follow, Roxzan. No way. I mean, seriously, it was very beautiful, the certainty and the alignment in your energy.
Thank you. And it feels good to be congruent, to know that I'm good and be proud of being good at that too. So thank you for acknowledging that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'm so excited we were able to share this. And I just want to ask you, in terms of the experiences, all these processes that we did together and diving so deep within the truth of your soul. I just wonder if there's anything you can share in terms of the expansiveness and the multidimensionality of you and just anything from that expanded place of who you are.
Well, I love that you bring that up, because one of my favorite experiences and one of the processes that we went through with you, that you facilitated, was when I don't even remember exactly which process it was. Maybe you will after I tell the story, since we all share it after. But I got to go to this space where I just found myself going further in and further in and further in and further in. And as I got through the vibration of the 3D, I got to get to this space of almost nothingness that was it really was nothingness. It was like nothing was bad, nothing was good, everything was this perfection. And it just was a space of pure light. And usually when I would do the pure light, I would feel like, oh, it's so exciting and high vibe and blah, but it wasn't like, it was just peace. Like every particle was just pure peace. And that was such a gift to sit and feel that and acknowledge that as we're going through our journeys, that there are such different layers, and that layer of peace is the core, that's source, that is the benevolence, that is available all the time, that's within us and throughout, and each layer of us gets to experience and vibrate at different levels, not really a level though, it's not really like that, but
what you're talking about is so incredible. This is the stuff I love about my work, that not only is it practical to give you direction to what you do right now, but then it also takes you to that level of knowing the divine, the mystery of it all, right? Feeling personal experience. Right? And what you're sharing, and we had that conversation as a group of us, really is in alignment with what I wrote about in my book Beyond Past Lives, where I had a client experience the mind of God, and he used the same word, right? Nothing, right? Such sense of wholeness and peace, and so I love your description of it, and I really love how now everybody's intrigued and because once you put it on the map of consciousness and awareness, now people have a destination, right? And so I know that when people work with me, work with whatever, my recordings, wherever they find me, those who are interested in exploring will hold on to your words and, be able to follow the path, the energetic path you created by connecting, right? So thank you for that.
And thank you for assisting with that. And
I feel like we have to give a shout out to Rendina,
yes!
for bringing us together, because she really brought together an amazing group of women and created such a wholesome environment for all of us to transform and grow. So thank you, Rendina.
Yes, thank you.
Right? And I'm so grateful you were with us today. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
We'll be
seeing your beautiful, shiny face.
We'll be talking again soon, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.